Welcome back to the joy of building. Grab a snack, boot up your favorite game, get comfortable, and let's enjoy the mundane together. I've just done a little bit of work. Let me show you what I've done. Where did that come from? Oh, I bet the Enderman dropped that off for me. Actually, that's a pretty generous gift to give us the gift of grass down there. So we're gonna leave that there. So kind of finished texturing and shaping the walls a bit up here. I'm really happy with it. Notice there's like one section here that's just kind of broken out, but then most of it's, kind of as it has been. But I also dressed up this upper level entrance, or I guess middle level. I guess that's the upper level, but you know what I mean. Made that look a little bit more natural cave-like. I don't know if that's the way it's going to stay or not, but I kind of like that idea. Like maybe in here, I think we had talked about this was almost like a workers area maybe or something. So this might be dressed up, and maybe there's even like wood. I don't have enough wood to showcase it, but wood behind here. But it's like it was built under the cave cutout. But yeah, I'm real happy with how this is turning out. So right now what I'm doing is I am working on this next level of where the wall kind of starts to go outward again. And so right now I just kind of did one line so I could get an idea of like the height that it gives us visually. Because again, like up there, I liked the angle we ended up getting. It's shallower in some places than others. Now this one, this is a taller section to work with, kind of. Yeah, it's a taller section to work with, which is good because I need the bottom section a bit wider than the top ended up. So I'm happy with this as the bottom over here. So let's just go kind of one by one and raising up the rest of them a little bit. Oh, I knew that was going to happen one of these days. We'll just, well, no, because some of them dropped up there, so I need to go at least to get these. Okay, which way was I going? This way. I realized in the first episode I didn't do a great job at kind of describing what I had done so far in terms of like the world building in the Burnout series. So if you are joining us now for the joy of building but did not watch the Burnout series, basically what you missed was just a bit of general world building, nothing too spectacular or different than usual what you'd see in a Minecraft world. Just kind of plotting out where buildings are going to go, plotting out different areas where we want to eventually end up, and things like that. Now, I'm going to leave that stuff there for now because I want to get the shape out of the way. I can get to those later with scaffolding. Okay, so let's go take a look at the upper edge from over here. That's good. That's good. Yeah, because it's not like it's the same thickness all around. It's close to the same thickness, but I think it's a bit narrower over here than it is in some places. So that's really good. Now we can begin the process. Oh, this was a bad one to start with. I guess I could just do 2 at a time. That would actually be smart. I did go repair my pick. I was actually shocked it only cost me 3 XP to repair. Okay, I gotta think about how I'm gonna do this. I guess I was gonna do it a different way, but I guess I do need to do it level by level. I was thinking it might be easier to do vertically, but that's not going to work for me. So now I have to be cautious of when the floor is about to drop out on me. That's okay. Should be soon. There it is. Okay. And then once we get down here, like we did before, we'll do another layer going out. Let's do one more set, and then we'll go out some. Because actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it might be cool, and we can go ahead and plan on this, if there's some almost columns of stone that go all the way to ground level. Like maybe 2. So so that's our entrance. So let's say here, let's kind of mark it like this. Say we get something here. And it'll get broader. We'll just start with 3 for right now. Here and here. Maybe even do a third there. 1, 2, 3. I'll just do 2 for now because I don't know where that's going to end up being. So maybe it's right there at the entrance. That might be cool. Maybe this one's a bit narrower. Okay, so the idea here is this eventually is going to be like a natural stone pillar that hits the ground. It might go in a little bit. It might come back out a little bit. Who knows? But for now, it's going to be carved out like this. Inventory's already full again. Okay, yeah, so there's the 3 pillars. Okay, I was waiting for another one to show up, but I guess that was it. Oh, there could be another one. Why not? Let's have another one be right here. Okay, let's head up and clear out our inventory. Oh, yeah, that'll look really nice. That's a great idea. chests up here. Oops. Actually, you know what? Let's be different. Let's be different. Boom. Oh, I need more torches, too. We'll go ahead and shear that sheep again. Where'd he go? Leave that bed up here. Okay. Now we take this down some more. Okay, that stays. One thing I am worrying about with this area is, have I given myself enough space? And it's still very square, but I'm kind of okay with that. I mean, because it is Minecraft. I actually intended to make it a little less square, but I think that's okay. I think that's an okay thing to embrace in Minecraft. A lot of times when you look at those builds that like are so beautifully simplistic and like not overly textured, and they're like, it's like a screenshot at like that perfect isometric angle with the low FOV. When you look at those, part of what makes them look special is they look like they belong in Minecraft, and the reason for that is they embrace the square. Whoops, that should have stayed. So we're going to do that in this one. We're going to embrace the square. Oh, I like the pillars design. I like the pillars idea. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. Okay. Yeah, let's carve out a little bit more now. Wait, that's not what I want to do. Hold on. There we go. Go ahead and take this copper, because I'm going to be needing a lot of it. we'll go up there and fix it in a minute. Very cool. And we are probably going to add a bit of a taper to that, to the pillars, but I want to kind of see them in place first before we start doing that. Do want to light these up a little bit just in case it turns night when I'm down here working and I don't realize it. Okay, let's go down another 2. Let's start here. Okay, not the best place to start. Let's go and plan on that, doing that. Okay, we're actually to a height now where I can just clear out the rest of this flat and then carve it from the ground level. Because like I can reach as high as I'll need to pretty much. That's great. Okay, sweet. I was not expecting to like be at this point so quickly. I love this pillar idea. I think that's going to help. That's going to give it a nice ambience. Because that's one of the things you want to think about is like, what are obstacles, like good obstacles that are going to be in people's way so that you're not, it's easy to build stuff in Minecraft where like just everything is nice and neat and perfect and you can see it all at once. But to plan for like, because you're going to be able to go behind these pillars, right? And so there are going to be things behind there, stalls behind there. So you have to, you want to build your world so that you have to walk around to see everything. If the whole thing can be shown in a screenshot, then that's all you've done is you've made a diorama meant for taking a picture. But if you want a living, breathing world, there has to be reason to walk around. I see the blue coming in the lighting. It's about time to sleep. Also probably wouldn't hurt to add some more lighting around here now. Okay. You know what I'm also seeing now is I'm also seeing maybe a further back pillar over here. Maybe. We'll see. So let's go ahead just for fun. Let's kind of carve out the pillars a little bit. Oh, that's going to help us a lot doing it like this. Because like now we've chosen the feature. We've chosen the feature. And so you kind of want to like radiate from that feature around. I mean, it's really the same. It's kind of the principle I'm using for this entire build is, I built generally for a little while and then inspiration struck. And now with that inspiration, the world is going to, at least the world immediately around it, is going to be built from and defined by that build, that structure. Because I had initially thought, okay, well, I'll find a good build that I like for one of the houses or one of the farm, barns or farm homes or something like that. But that just didn't seem, I don't know how to describe it. That didn't seem like enough. This is a substantial feature in the world that kind of creates its own story and its own lore and its own style that then we can derive other things from. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I'm liking this a lot. Okay, so let's now take this and do the next layer all around. I had talked about doing another pillar over there or somewhere. I think we'll just wait and see where it kind of naturally forms. It may not be an actual pillar like these. Also, I probably could use some chests down here. And I actually think what maybe we'll do is kind of like what we did up there with the cave opening. I hadn't thought about this, but maybe it comes down, but then it goes back up and it kind of opens up beyond this vertically, but it's kind of closed off. That would also be cool. I had just thinking it was just going to kind of taper off really wide at the bottom, but I don't. Now that I'm here and visualizing it, it's not nearly as much as I thought it was going to be. Which is a good thing. Okay. Is that a pillar? That was not a pillar. Did I not finish this one over here? I feel like maybe I didn't. Now I'm reaching a point where the layers don't mean anything because there are so many of them. Kind of a when everyone's special, no one's special. When everyone's a layer, who knows which layer is actually which. Let's have this go up higher. Yeah, I'm liking it. Curious where those skeletons are coming from. I'm assuming we'll hit them eventually. Okay. Inventory's full. Let's go get some wood. Put some chests down here now. I just noticed my OBS was locked up for a second there, probably about a minute ago. Encoder overloaded. It's weird. I don't understand why. It'll just randomly do that a time or two in a video, and then it won't do it again for a month. So I'm assuming it's just Windows doing something in the background that makes it choke. Oh, I brought enough for 4 chests, and then I don't have a crafting bench. Oh well. Let's kind of put it in the center. Okay. I do want it a bit broader. So here's what we're going to do now. I'm just going to look and see where... No. Okay, so here's what we're going to do now. We're literally going to... I'm going to place this here so I remember where I started. We're going to take it back one everywhere. And then if we feel like we need some texture and shaping somewhere, we'll add it. Otherwise, everything is just going back flat. One block. So like, see, places like that, we'll probably end up doing that. Of course, now I need to remember that that's what I did. Now this, yeah, there were some places I did more layers than others. That's funny. Okay, so we were over there. I need to do this wall next after we sleep. Okay, so we were here. Let's take this back as well. Let's actually raise this up. So now we're back where we started. Let's texture this one up a bit. Actually, let's just flatten this out the rest of the way. I hear you. Let's go ahead and flatten this out as well. Because at this point, like I said, anywhere that I need like coming down and touching, it's easy enough to just place blocks and do it. Okay, yeah, now we're getting somewhere with size. And, you know, now I'm looking at it. I think the pillars work. They work better if it's still a little bit bigger. So I do think we're going to do the idea of going out. We may go one more round of going out. Particularly on these three walls. This one, because of the entrance, maybe not. Because we're already... I guess it's not that big of a deal if the entrance is kind of wide. But I think for now, let's just do these three. Take them back some more. Then that gives us a better perspective on these pillars. I also need to, I'm going to stop falling into the water. It's also probably not the most peaceful thing to experience. But I do want a water source down here nearby. Okay, so let's go out again on everything but the front wall, the entrance. I'm going to have to find a big project to use stone brick for. Use up all this that I'm getting rid of. Which it's funny because since Deep Slate was introduced, people tend to be hurting for stone. So this is actually a really encouraging build to go through, knowing I've got all this stone at my disposal. The other thought I just had is, what if we just go back a little bit further and the stalls are like built into cutouts in the cave? That could be another interesting idea. This just almost needs to go ahead and just be a thing. Just come down. You know what I mean? Because, you know, we're dealing enough with a square. We need some asymmetry, and maybe one of these corners is just built different. Yeah, so we leave that one there. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, that's already helping a ton. Yeah. Okay, so now let's play with the pillars a little bit. Let's say this one almost curves back into this wall. It almost becomes a thing that creates two entrances. Something like that. Yeah. I like that idea. So this is our entrance. This is the real entrance, but then you can also come around and go this way. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. This one's a bit broader. So let's go ahead and embrace that with it. So like that. Yeah. And maybe this one does kind of the opposite of what that first one we did was. And it kind of tapers that direction. That's actually really good right there. I'm really happy with that shape. Okay. This one just keep kind of standard. Maybe even just that. Let me get rid of one of these. Okay. Let's consider the idea of stalls in the walls. Let's do that. That could be interesting. Dressed up with, you know, wood in certain areas. Okay, do you want that like that? Maybe do this. Yeah. I do think I like the idea of it being more flat there, but then maybe opening up a little bit more immediately. Oh, you know what? On the sides, too. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Cozy little hole. They don't all have to be as deep as that first one was. Maybe this one even... I feel like this needs a little bit more definition to it. It doesn't have to be as big as the first one. Continues to make it as big as the first one, if not bigger. So let's take a look. Look at angles. Oh yeah, that's cool, because if you're coming from here, you can see that stall. You can see most of that stall. You're not going to be able to see behind there. So maybe put a stall just to the left and mostly behind the pillar there. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's really good. And I'm envisioning a lot of these walls and ceilings, even like maybe this area, maybe this is supported by wood. You know what I mean? Because it's not necessarily all naturally formed like this. A lot of it, maybe they carved it out, and so they need to put in supports because they don't know if it's gonna stand on its own. See, this is why I don't try to clear every one of these, because they inevitably end up being deeper and fuller than I intend to bother with in the first place. Actually, I kind of like this idea of that hole being there. Okay, then we can have another one over here. Maybe this one's kind of a double. Ooh, I've got an idea actually. Let's do this. Maybe this one's like a moon shape, C shaped shop. Give us some more headroom in here. Yeah, that's interesting. It's different. Cool. All right, now I'm curious like what it looks like from the other levels, what you can see or can't see. Oh, you can't see much, which is good. Like you can just start to see the bottom of the walls, which is great because as I build onto that, it'll either be closer or at least a different texture, different color. And so it'll pop a little bit from here. Yeah, especially up here right there at the entrance, I think that is. Yeah, that's the entrance. Oh, they're starting to tarnish. Excellent. Okay. I just know one of these days I'm going to pop my head up here and there's going to be a skeleton or a creeper just waiting for me. That's pretty cool. That's neat. One thing I'm visualizing now is, well, but I'm gonna have two lifts in the way. And maybe we just do one lift. Now that I'm looking at it, maybe it's just one bigger lift in the center and then one crane. Or better yet, what if it's like an A-frame? What if, where, oh, here we go. Let's do some planning with some birch. What if and I think for no, I know what we need. So it's the same idea with what I was just about to say. I'm trying to think now which side the A-frame needs to be. Is it this direction? No, it needs to be this direction. So let's find roughly center here. Okay. So we're going to have an A-frame. Whoops. Going up here in the middle. Probably taller than this. Probably going up by 2s. Although that won't look quite as... No. Oh, it definitely needs to. Let's go ahead and plan on that, since I looked at that and immediately knew that is not what I wanted from this. Okay, we're going to need more planks. Oh, no, I'm not. Yeah, I might. But we need to go sleep. Not a fan of building much with birch anyhow, so if we waste it and lose it, that's okay. So my thought is now we are going to go with 2 lifts. However, they're going to be on a pulley system. So one goes one direction, or one goes up while the other goes down. So I'm going to have one lift that's all the way up and another lift that's all the way down. So whichever side you're on, you'll see the thing and know what it is. Because that was my problem that I just kind of had in my head. Was if you're in the world, where is the lift so that you know like what's going on? Okay, I think that's about center. Let's go to the other side. And it'll likely end up being, thicker than this. So center can be more arbitrary right now. Did I do that right? I think I did. Perfect. Actually, probably won't have that one. Yes. Okay, so then... So we have the lifts on a pulley. But we also then have how would we want to do this? I guess it needs to be from this side. We have a bridge type structure that comes out here to reach the lifts, right? So there's one lift on this side. Let's say it's this big. Where am I? Okay, that's the center. Okay, so let's make the lift a little bit bigger. We're going to go one more. Okay, so this doesn't exist. This isn't here. Pretend it isn't anyways. Then we come over here and we start the next lift. And we'll probably put trapdoors or something there. Let me go make some trapdoors. Oh, I probably could have reached it from where I was. So I need 6. So one of these will be down on the bottom, not here. Yeah, this side. Although it doesn't look right being that side. So we'll probably do it the other way later. But Yeah. So that kind of gives it a look of its, it gives it a look of it's detached. I may try to find a better way to communicate that. I just got to think. Because I want it to be something that you can walk across. Otherwise, I would just do like fence gates. But can you walk through fence gates? Certainly not open ones, and they'd need to be open. I'll have to play with that idea. And then obviously there's a big pulley structure up there that has strings attached to either side of these at anchor points. Actually, no. That would not balance. We would need anchor points like that. That's cool. So now I want to go build one of those down there. Actually let's go ahead and build both of them. Just so I can kind of visualize where they'll be in the center. Probably do it up above. Look at all this stuff so I can still work down here. Yeah, so right. That looks like it's the... Okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then 5 this way. 4, 5... Separating. Cool. And maybe we don't have them. Maybe we do have it. Well, no, I do want it all the way down. So, because I want us to be able to see that there's stuff on it. Well, I guess if they're this high, let's say it's that high. I'm trying to think of the best way to get up there. We can do it from here. If it's this high, let's say this is loaded with stuff. You're going to be able to see that from the ground. Just fine. Yeah. And we'll have trapdoors around the side, holding it in. Yeah, like oak trapdoors so you can see in there. So yeah, maybe it is lifted up a little bit. Maybe even a little higher than that. Maybe 1 block higher, so it's not like you're walking right under it. But also, this will be like a loading station, so it's not like people could just walk into it and bump their heads. I'm going to put some on one of the ones up here. So not that one, the far one. This is the part of this game that I absolutely love. Oh, and I forgot about these things. That'll probably end up being fences. Yeah. That's great. All right, guys. Well, we're at an hour, so thank you for joining me. We'll see you guys next time. Adios. Goodbye.